lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about a subject that I've never addressed before, and that is skincare devices. I have two of them. They're both from the same brand. They're from this incredibly innovative Swedish brand called Foreo, which you might have already heard about, or you might actually already own at least one of their products. At this point, they offer a variety of products ranging from cleaning devices to electric toothbrushes. I'm not going to cover the whole spectrum. The two that I want to address in particular are their cleansing device, the Foreo Luna, and I want to talk about my newest baby, which is the Foreo UFO. For your reference, I've had the Foreo Luna, so the cleansing device, for over 5 years, so I'm speaking to you from very many years of experience, and I've only had the Foreo UFO for about 2 weeks. First of all, they were founded, I think, 8 years ago in 2012. I heard about them in 2015 or 2014 when I was looking for options into those electric cleansing sort of devices, and the options back then were the Clarisonic, and Foreo was just kind of coming onto the market. They kind of both use similar technologies. The innovative science tech that they use behind these products is T-sonic pulsations, which basically cleanse your skin better, and they deliver products better into your skin. They promote blood circulation and skin rejuvenation. The T in T-sonic pulsations stands for transepidermal sonic technology, and all of their devices basically use this sonic technology for a variety of different purposes, whether it's to clean your teeth or take care of your pimples. I think they have one device which looks suspiciously, actually a lot of their devices look suspiciously like pleasure toys. When I bought the Foreo Luna in 2015, my husband walked into the bathroom and asked what's up with the sex toy that I bought. So just so you know. So let's talk about the two devices. I'm going to try to be concise and just give you the most important points. I'm going to do a little demo with the Foreo UFO, so the sheet mask device, because I feel like that one is a little bit, it's not difficult to use, but it's a little less straightforward. The Foreo Luna, you just turn it on and you do your thing. So let's start with the Luna. Like I said, this is the Foreo Luna. This is their cleansing device. Please keep in mind that I've had this for over 5 years. So at this point that there have been at least 2 more iterations of this device. I think the newest one is the Luna 3. They have minis, they have bigger versions of them. I bought the Luna in 2015 for, I want to say, something in the range of 120 euros. As of now, the Foreo Luna is still available to be purchased, and it costs 79 euros. It comes in this very compact little box, and the only thing that actually comes with it is the little USB charging cable, because this device only needs to be charged every 300 uses or so. So I have to charge my Foreo Luna with twice a day daily use, about once every 3 months or so, so about 4 times a year, which is incredible. As these devices have gotten better over years, I think that they have improved mostly on the silicone touchpads as well as the levels of pulsation. So the silicone touchpads are basically those little spiky things that you see over here. They're very, very soft. Here you have one which is a bit softer. This one is a little bit rougher. On the back you also have the rougher side, and you can use both of them as you see fit. The newer devices have somewhat different distribution of the silicone touchpads, and they offer many more levels of the pulsations. So mine comes only with 2, because like I said, I have the mini. The original at the time had, I think, 6 levels, but I didn't deem it necessary, and financially speaking, I think this was a better choice for me. So like I said, mine only comes with 2 speeds, so when I turn it on, you can hear it goes from very fast to slower. And you can just choose the one that you like. You can use this with pretty much any type of cleanser. The only thing you cannot use it with is cleansers that have rougher particles in them, or some sort of beads. You have to use it with something that's creamy or foamy but doesn't have any particles in it, because you don't want to damage the silicone touchpads. Back in 2015, why did I choose for the Foreo Luna instead of the much more popular at the time Clarisonic or Clarisonic Mia devices? The reason for that is because the Clarisonic device required the the brush head, to be switched every few months for hygienic purposes, whereas the Foreo Luna, because it is made of silicone and it is basically impossible you have to try really hard to make this tool unhygienic, because basically the silicone is a very inert environment for any sort of bacterial or fungal or whatever growth. You're not going to get anything growing inside of there unless you try really hard, because you use it, you dry it off a little bit, and then you put it aside. Done and done. It remains clean forever and ever. These things come with a 2-year guarantee. Both of the Foreo devices come with a 2-year guarantee, and like I said, I've already had mine for 5+ years, and I will probably have it for another few years. I remember the first month after I started using this device, because the difference was so very dramatic. I think in the first week or so I noticed that my skin was like, and I haven't really had like pimples or acne in a very long time, but at the time I feel like maybe I had a few more pimples than usual, probably because my skin was just getting rid of all of that dirt that was deep inside. And after that, it became cleaner. My pores have been much cleaner ever since. It's tighter. It's just, this device was incredible for me. I can tell you, if something happens to it, I will just run out and buy a new one as soon as possible, because I cannot imagine not cleaning my face with it every single day. And like I mentioned, I actually use mine twice a day. I use it in the morning and I use it in the evening with my Paula's Choice cleansers. I've used it with a variety of different cleansers over the years, ranging from somewhat more cheaper ones to the more expensive ones that I have now from Paula's Choice, and it works very well with both. So when you turn on the device, I'm not going to turn it on now to show you, but basically what happens is that it gives you little vibrations when it's time to like switch the side of your face where you're supposed to apply the cleansing device. So you will go on your one cheek, then it will like sort of vibrate a little bit, and then you have to go on your other cheek or your forehead. I tried that maybe the first time I used it, and then I just forgot all about that and I go to town with it. It is supposed to stop after 3 minutes so that you don't overdo it, but I don't think I've ever gone past 3 minutes. Maybe I do it for about 1.5 or 2 minutes, but I don't really keep track of where I'm supposed to put it. I just go and until I feel like my face is clean, and you can go in the nooks and crannies because of the shape of the silicone touchpads. It's very portable. It's so easy to go on holiday with it. It's so easy to put it in your bag and just never even feel like it's in there, and yet it is indispensable to my skincare routine. I absolutely love it. If you have sensitive skin, make sure to talk to your dermatologist or consult with someone. I know that they actually have a specific version of the Luna for people with sensitive skin. They have one also for men. I don't really know what the spiel with that is. But I know that the newer devices definitely offer like a version for sensitive skin, probably with like somewhat lower levels of the pulsations. And the newer devices also come, like I said, with many levels of pulsations, I think up to 16 or something. They're customizable, and they also work with the Foreo app, which we're going to talk about in a bit when we talk about the UFO. So in conclusion, this is an excellent cleansing device. If you were interested to try something that is a little bit more substantial than just you using your fingers, I would definitely recommend to look into the Foreo because of the reasons that I mentioned. It is extremely easy to keep it hygienic. It goes a really long time. You only have to charge it a few times a year. I've never noticed my skin ever responding negatively to this device and the sonic pulsations. I have normal to oily skin, and I've never had any like sort of irritation with this device. And I have definitely noticed a considerable improvement in how clear my skin is and how much smaller my pores are and how much cleaner they are in comparison to prior. And now let's talk about this absolutely gorgeous little thing. This is the Foreo UFO. It basically uses the same type of technology in combination with RGB light. RGB stands for red, green, blue light. So incorporates RGB light with the sonic pulsations, as well as heating and cryo functions to deliver sheet masks into your skin. I know, it sounds amazing. It sounds like a home spa treatment, and it is exactly what it is. This device was released in 2018, and a couple of weeks ago I watched a video from Paulina, and she mentioned that Foreo sent her this and she was loving it, and I was like, oh, I haven't been on the Foreo website in a while, let me go and check this out. And as soon as I heard what it is, I was like, yes, please, I would like to try this. Keep in mind, this device is quite pricey. I have the UFO, and there is also the newest iteration, which is the UFO 2, and they also have the UFO Mini. I will explain what the differences are in a bit. But basically the whole idea is that you have this little device, which is once again made out of silicone, waterproof, you can just clean it underwater, and you have this little surface over here which delivers the T-sonic pulsations, and it is also the place where you put on your sheet masks. You are going to see exactly how that works in the demo part of the video, but something that I can already tell you now, and you might consider to be a downside of this device, is that you have to buy the sheet masks that go with it. So the sheet masks come in a wide variety of different options, and basically what you do is that you fit them onto here, you turn on the device, and then you connect it to the Foreo app, and it tells you exactly what to do. And the reason I chose the UFO over the UFO Mini is that the original UFO, so this one, offers also the cryo function, so it can also become, like, the surface can become colder, which works with one very specific mask, and it basically is good for people with larger pores to, like, shrink the pores a little bit, and it of course also improves blood circulation, which works for everyone. Like I said, that is the only reason that I bought the UFO over the UFO Mini, because the Mini works with pretty much everything except for that one type of mask, I think, which does not work because it has the cryo option, which the UFO Mini doesn't have. The reason I didn't go for the UFO 2 is because it's so much more expensive, and from what I could understand, the biggest difference is that the wavelength spectrum that it offers is wider than just RGB, so it doesn't cover only red, green and blue, but it covers pretty much the whole, like, visible spectrum, which I thought really cool, but I don't really see whether it really makes such a difference. So let me be clear, I'm not very well versed in how exactly, like, red, green and blue light have benefits for your skin. I believe they have quite some proven benefits from your skin. I'm not familiar with those. Sheet masks, on the other hand, have already been around for a while. They were introduced to the Western market by Korean skincare, which always is the case in the past 10 years, isn't it? This device and the sheet masks that come with it have actually been designed in collaboration with Korean skincare experts. Another thing that they advertise as a huge advantage of this machine is that the whole treatment lasts for 90 seconds. So basically you can be done with your deep skin treatment in 90 seconds. And of course the benefits are anti-aging, antibacterial, skin rejuvenating, you know, all of the good things that come with the usage of sheet masks. The device comes in a fairly compact little box, and the two things that come with it are the little charger, which I have to say you have to charge this device a little bit more often than you have to charge the Luna. I've already had to charge this device about after a week of use, fairly intensive use, and it also comes with this little plastic thing which you can use to put your device to lay on like this. The only sheet mask that you do get with the device is one of the masks from the Make My Day line. So the light blue one, which is infused with hyaluronic acid and red algae. You don't really get many masks with the device itself, so if you're going to purchase this from the get-go, I would advise you to purchase a couple of boxes from the sheet masks. Now, I know for a lot of people it's going to be quite a turn-off that you have to buy the special sheet masks. I don't know if you can use it with other types of sheet masks that you can just cut and plug onto the device, because of course it will depend a little bit like what kind of ingredients go with what kind of delivery onto the skin, and whether, for example, the sheet mask that you want to use here with your device is not going to react poorly to, like, the thermal function or something. So I would advise you to stick to the sheet masks that Foreo offers, and they come in a very large variety, and there are some, like, price differences. So I ordered a value set which contained a crap ton of the two cheaper sort of masks. So those are the Make My Day, the light blue, and the Call It a Night. This is the one that comes with ginseng and olive oil. So this is meant to be used in the evening, this is meant to be used in the morning. These are, let me see, you get 7 masks, and that whole box costs, I want to say, 10 euros. And you have a variety of different fancier types of masks. For instance, the two other ones that I have tried are the Matte Maniac, which is, by the way, the one that you use with the cryo function, and that is a charcoal infused extra purifying mask. This one is, like I said, really cool because of the cryo function, because you feel the little surface here getting really cold. It's actually really cool. And one that you're going to actually see me use for the first time in the demo, it is the Youthful Junkie. And the Youthful Junkie is infused with collagen. So these are the only 4 that I have tried so far. They have many other types. I think they have one with caviar and something with gold, which is ridiculously expensive. I don't really know what it's about. But anyway, you have a variety of different options. The Youthful Junkie and the Matte Maniac also come with 1 piece less, so they have only 6 sheet masks per package, and these cost 20 euros, and you can buy them in value sets where the more you buy, the less expensive they are per box. I'm not really sure what the price range of sheet masks is if you go outside of the Foreo range, because I haven't really used that many, but I would say that a good sheet mask would cost you something between, I don't know, 3 and 5 euros a piece. So if you think of it that way, you're actually not spending that much more on the masks themselves, but you are making the initial investment of the Foreo UFO device, which is quite expensive. Like I said, think about whether you really need the full spectrum, whether you need the cryo function, because if you don't, you might be well off just with the Foreo UFO Mini, which is much more affordable compared to the original and the newer version. The Foreo devices nowadays come coupled to an app, so you have to download the Foreo for You app, and then you have to register your devices. As you can see, both of my devices are already registered, and I'm going to show you how to actually use the app together with your UFO in the demo part of this video. But it's incredibly easy, it's super relaxing, it's really nice. You do actually have the option to customize what you want to do. Something that I actually forgot to show during the demo, I quickly mentioned that you can actually like customize your own routines if you don't feel like following the ones that come with each mask. You're going to see how everything works in the demo part, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I just wanted to show you that right here you have this button. You can basically like turn on or off each of the light options. You can also choose to cool, to heat or off, and you can also increase the amount of T-sonic pulsations. So this is if you want to work with the device a little bit more manually. At this point I don't really bother doing that, I just use the device with the preset programs. Something that I wanted to mention very quickly that I cheat a little bit with. So each of the sheet masks comes in a little sachet like this, and it is filled with product, okay? There is a lot of product in here. So the thing is that you can do one of two things. You can either repeat the treatment until the product is finished, which will require like 3 to 4 repeats of the 90-second treatment, or you can do something else that I do that I would not recommend you do without thinking about it really carefully. So what I do is I use these sheet masks sometimes twice. So after I'm done with like the 90-second treatment, I will put the sheet mask back to soak into the product, and I will use it shortly after, like the day after or something, for a second treatment. Now, they do not recommend that you do that. That is something that if you choose to do, it's at your own risk. I chose to try it just to see whether my skin reacts poorly to it, because if it didn't, I thought it might be another option for me to use the sheet mask more to its full potential. Keep in mind, I always use the sheet mask over a very clean face, so I basically use my Luna, I get out of the shower, I don't apply anything else, and then I apply the sheet face mask, and I don't repeat the treatments very often. And then when I take off the sheet mask, I check to see whether it's very dirty. If it's not very dirty, I put it back, I soak it into the product. Keep in mind also that once you open it, it is exposed to air, and then some of the products might oxidize and decrease in their capacity. So I normally tend to do this for something that I will either use again in the evening or immediately the day after. I wouldn't store it for very many days. Like I said, take it at your own responsibility. I choose to do that. I've already done it like 4 or 5 times. My skin has never responded with rewarding me with pimples or any sort of a adverse reaction. So I will probably continue to do this on and off. And you can choose to accept this information in any sort of way that you see fit. I just wanted to say that it's something that I've tried and it kind of sort of works. So if you ask me, Mariam, would you recommend these devices? I would wholeheartedly say yes, if you have the budget for it. Of course, if you don't have the budget for it, none of the products that I ever speak on my channel are a necessity. But if you do have the budget, I would definitely recommend looking into both of these because I think both of them are amazing. If I had to choose which one I cannot live without, at this point I would say the Luna, because I really cannot imagine not cleaning my face with this every single day. This is basically a luxury spa treatment at home. So if you are into that, if you enjoy sheet masks, if you don't mind investing into your skincare products and trying some new innovative tech devices, then this is definitely something for you. Because these products last such a long time, like I said, I've had the Luna Mini already for over 5 years and I don't see it like breaking down anytime soon. It's a long-term investment that I think pays off with all the benefits that you see for your skin. I've seen benefits from the long-term use of the Luna Mini, and as far as the benefits from the UFO, I cannot report for like long-term benefits. It's only been 2 weeks, but every time I use this, I do notice that my skin looks brighter, plumper, fresher, and just younger looking and more revitalized. Alright, you guys, I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to say about these devices. Probably I forgot to say many things. If you have any questions, please address them in the comment section below. I will try to get back at you. I will leave you now with the demo part of this video where I demonstrate how I use the UFO device. I'm very curious whether you own any of these and what your experience has been with them. So let's continue chatting about that. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more of my face, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Okay guys, I am fresh out of the shower. I haven't applied anything, not even my sunscreen, because I like to apply those masks on bare, a very clean, like sparkling clean face. Today I'm actually going to try with you for the first time the Youth Junkie mask. So this is the one that has collagen. So first off, you go onto your phone and you have to connect to the Foreo app. You can use it without the app, but frankly I find it much more easy to use together with the app, because when you scan the barcode of your mask with the app, it knows exactly what program to execute. Now if I click on the little start button over here, the first thing he will do is tell me to switch on the machine. However, I find it just easier to put on the mask onto the machine and then proceed with the actual next steps. So I'm going to push the product a little bit down so that it doesn't squeeze out of my little sachet here. Then you open it. So what you do is you remove the little plastic ring from your UFO, and then you're going to lay your mask over here. So this is how the mask looks like, and as you can see it has this little, whoops, it's already dripping product. What I wanted to say is the product has a little bit of a teardrop shape right where you have to fit it in on the like teardrop shape of the Foreo. So once you secure the mask onto the UFO, you have to attach the plastic ring around it like this. I have to say it is a little bit messy because there is a lot of product in the sachet. So now that we have secured the actual mask onto the UFO, I'm going to turn it on. It's not very easy to see, but there's like a little indentation right here. It's where the on button is. You hold it for about 5 seconds until your UFO starts to make little light signals that it is on. Your little app is going to look like this, and then you already see that I have some programs already preset. You get the preset programs for the day mask, the night mask, and since I've already used the mattifying one, it's also added onto my little circle over here. Now when I press the start button, you're going to see this little window popping up which says please scan the barcode of the mask. The barcode of the mask is right here on the bottom. So what you do is you just hold it until it recognizes it,
activated mask to your device,
and then she tells you what to do.
Ring into place.
We've already done that, so I'm just going to press start.
Use a circular motion as you gently glide UFO across your face and neck, distributing mask essence evenly. Allow your mind and
The lady
body
talks
to
to you.
relax
You can
as
mute her if you want, but because I don't really mind, I just let her talk.
Prepare your skin to receive the full benefits of this age renewal complex. Allow your mind and body to relax.
And now it warms
as
up,
red
and you can
LED
see it has the red
energetic
LED light on.
Prepare your skin to receive the full benefits of this age renewal complex. And T-sonic pulsations.
And there come the
instantly
T-sonic
infuse
pulsations.
collagen-rich essence into your skin, while red LED light helps to give you a more youthful appearance.
Now there is still a crap ton of product in this sachet, and I'm going to tell you the two ways that I deal with it, but one of the two ways I deal with it is I use it immediately, all of it on the spot. So what I will do is I will just squeeze out product onto the UFO. As you can see, oops, there is already a lot of product, you can see, and I haven't even like squeezed everything out. There's still so much more product in the sachet, so make sure to use that up. One way of dealing with that, like I said, is to just repeat the treatments until your product is finished, which is what I'm going to do off camera now. I never let any of the product go to waste, so everything that has gathered onto the sides, I will just go in like this greedily with my fingers and just scoop it out as much as I can, and just, you know, don't waste any of that goodness. Now, I don't know whether it's translating on camera, but I always feel like after one of those treatments, my skin really does look like brighter and plumper and just more youthful. And I've noticed that generally since I started using this product, my skin looks all of the above. And it's just a very enjoyable feeling. When you're finished with your treatment, you press the button again here, so that your UFO switches off. No light, it is off. And I just wanted to show you, I'm not really sure you're gonna be able to see that when you're done with your treatment, there are like little bits and pieces onto the sheet mask itself. Now, those tend to be a lot more if you haven't washed your face in advance and you apply the product over top of like your face, which is not clean, and there's already like a bunch of other skincare products on it. So I do really recommend to use the product when you have just finished doing your first cleanse. You basically just dispose of the mask, you go underneath your sink, and you clean your UFO with lukewarm water, and that's it. Super easy to use.